Today we're going to start our lesson on polynomials, and polynomials is going to take into a lot of old lessons and bring in some new. This is from the worksheet out of your packet, and we're going to just talk through what the directions say and also some old terminology. If I look here at number 3, and I'm looking at these problems here, the first thing it says is write in standard form. When we write in standard form, it just means in decreasing power, from greatest exponent down to least exponent of the given variable. If there's more than one variable, it will specify which variable you're referring to. So in number 3, when I write this in decreasing power, I'm looking at m to the 2, m to the 0 where there are no m's, and m to the understood 1. So if I write that in decreasing power, this is 2m squared plus 7m minus 3. A few things just to note: because this has 3 terms, it's referred to as a trinomial. And that makes sense. A tricycle has 3 wheels, a trio has 3 people, tri meaning 3. So this is in standard form, decreasing power. It's considered a trinomial. And the degree. The degree says how many variables are in each term. So I have 2, 1, 0. So if I look at these and I write that underneath, this has 2 m's, 1 m, and 0 m's, no m's. So I'm looking at the number of variables that each term has. So the degree here will be 2. It's going to be the highest of the 3. The highest of the 3. So when I look right here at this particular problem, it's in decreasing power, standard form. It's a trinomial because it has 3 terms, and the degree is 2. And I think I'm going to write this 2 on the outside out here. The degree is 2. In number 6, I want to put this in decreasing power in standard form. If I look at my variables, and I like to go ahead and write those in here, I have 2 a's, I have 3 a's, and I have 0 a's. So when I write this in decreasing power, I'm going to write 3a cubed positive 5a squared plus 1. Again, we have 3 terms, so I would consider this a trinomial. And if I go back and say, well, what's the degree? I'm going to choose the largest of the degrees, or the largest of the numbers of variables, and so the degree would be 3. In number 9, I want to write this in decreasing power, but if I look right here, you should notice that before I even do that, I need to combine these like terms. This is 2 terms here that are both x cubed, so I can combine them. So when I say 6 minus 1, I'm going to get 7x cubed. Well, that right there is in standard form. Since it's in standard form, it is considered, since it's only 1 term, a monomial. A monomial meaning just 1, so it just has 1 term. There are 3 x's in this term, so that degree would simply be 3. So the degree here is 3. So it's a monomial because it has 1 term. The degree is 3. In number 12, again, I want to go through and combine like terms. I see here that this has an x squared and this has an x squared. So I'm going to combine them, assuming this is a 1 here. So 1 plus 2 is 3x squared minus x to the 4th. But this is not in standard form. What puts it in standard form is to put it in decreasing power. All I did was combine like terms. So I put it in decreasing power. Notice that this x to the 4th is negative. So this is negative x to the 4th and a positive 3x squared. So I look here in this term and I say, how many x's are there? Well, there are 4. How many x's are there in this term? There are 2. So I have 2 things going here. 1, because it has 2 terms, it is considered a binomial. Making sense because bicycle has 2 wheels. Anything with bi, that's meaning 2. Then I'll look right here and say, well, the highest of the number of variables is 4, so the degree is 4. So we've gleaned a lot from this. First of all, decreasing power puts it in standard form. If I look at each one of these, from highest exponent to lowest exponent. The second, if there is 1 term, it's considered a monomial. If there are 2 terms, it's considered a binomial. If there are 3 terms, it's considered a trinomial. And anything with 4 or more, we just simply call a polynomial. They're all polynomials, but these 3 have specific names. The other is the degree. If I look at each term and I see, oh, well, they've got the highest number of variables, then that is the degree. I just want to pinpoint something right here. If I have this term, if I have this binomial, 3x to the 4th y squared plus 2x to the 5th y cubed, it would tell me if I were to write this in decreasing or increasing power, standard form, and it would choose a variable. What I really want to illustrate here for this particular problem is the degree. If I look at this first term and I say, how many variables do I have? I have 4 x's and 2 y's. So that means I have 6 variables in all. In this second term, I have 5 x's and 3 y's. So I have 8 variables in all. So the degree here would be the largest of the two, which is 8. So the degree is 8. So I just want you to see that sometimes you will have more than one variable in a problem. So this kind of starts our lesson on polynomials.